So hi friends, today I'll cover the same about the SRA. So I'll cover now after second step. I have mentioned about the first and second step. Now I'll continue with the third step is that we call it critical asset and pathways. So you have to mention your critical asset and pathways. You have to mention their description in detail. What is the function of your critical asset in detail? What is the strength? What is the function? What is the layout? What is the size? Mm, what is the complete function about that asset? You have to mention that. Then you have to mention what is the interdependency. That asset is dependent, or how many assets dependent on that particular asset. It is an integrated system or something like that. You have to mention that. And at the after that you have mentioned that what is the criticality. So as per the API methodology, as per the API standard, they have given you the rating from 1 to 5 as per that criticality. If something will happen with that asset, what will be the impact, what will be the media attraction, what will be the government action, will it be like cancellation of your license, or will it be any notice by the factory inspector, or any income tax department, or any government authority can take action as per your operations, as per your layout. And you have to consider these factors, and as per that you have to give the rating. It is a critical, 1 is the minimum critical and the 5 is the maximum critical. So you have to rate that asset accordingly, so that at the end you can deploy that control measure accordingly. So that if it is a 5 high critical, you have to consider all control measures as per the global standard list. You have to deploy that all control measure for the particular asset. In the same asset category, we also consider the pathways. If I talk about a pathway, it is like your gates, entry, exit, which is catering your volume of traffic movement from your particular your particular facility. Then your parking area, your streets and avenue. So these pathways are, we consider also that you have to mention what is the function of these pathways and these gates. If I load a gates, you have to mention what is the function, what is the total asset you have deployed over there, what is the total cost for you that particular asset. It's like you have deployed the cameras, you have deployed the gates, you have deployed the manpower, you have deployed the boom barriers, you have deployed the lighting system, you have deployed the you have deployed some traffic signages, traffic engineering activities, or you have deployed the additional QRT over there or something like that. So you have to consider that these all your assets, and you have paid for that. So this is your asset. If something will impact that your particular gatehouse or particular gate, it will cost you, it will damage things, and again it will attract the media also easily, because it is your external first line of defense. So it will create an issue, and it will interrupt your operations also. If the gate is damaged, there will be no movement, no, you cannot run your operation. So as per that, you have to mention that that function of the particular pathway also. And then again you have to mention what is the interdependency, as I mentioned, that like how many visitors you are considering from that gate, how many material movement you are having from that gate, how many employee movement you are having from that gate. So it's as per that you have to mention the criticality 1 to 5. Is it that much critical? If that gate will be damaged, what is your alternative? Can you run your operation, and how much it will impact to your operation? So as per that you have to mention the criticality 1 to 5 again. So this is the third step. We call it critical asset and pathways rating 1 to 5. The fourth is the threat listing. So as per the API methodology, they have considered 4 type of threat actor. First is that your terrorist attack. It can be any kind of actor, considering terrorist attack. The second one is that your mob attack, and the third one is your any disgruntled insider, or also they have considered in the same category workplace violence. And the fourth one is that sabotage, any sabotage in your facilities and premises. So as per this, they have considered these 4 actors, and as per these 4 actors you can do your threat assessment. In that threat assessment, it is the basic requirement that you have to mention your particular asset name. Then after that, you have to mention the threat. What is the threat? If I'll talk about, like, I'll give you example of gatehouse only. So if you have a major gatehouse, so you'll have to consider threat. And in for some cases, one asset will face 2 or 3 threats. So like if I'll give you an example of gatehouse, it will be, I'll consider threat one is, first threat is the mob attack. It is also a threat for that particular this asset. People will gather over there because of any event, triggered event. Then there will be agitation. There can be a melting stone. There can be a vandalism. So as per that, this is the mob attack is the threat for your particular asset, which we call a gatehouse right now. The second, you have to consider the terrorist attack also. So because of getting the attraction, or maybe they want to enter in your premises to hit a particular facility, so they have to first damage your gate only. So again, this is your critical asset. You have deployed a lot of control measures over, you have deployed a lot of budget over there, spent a lot of budget over there. So as per that, these two, if we consider as a threat, so as per that, now you will develop the scenario. You have the gatehouse as an asset in a category of pathways, and then you have threat, 2 categories. One is that one threat actor is we can consider terrorist attack, and the second one is your mob attack. So as per that, you have to create the scenario when any trigger happened and people are gathered over there, and this is the scenario. And as per that, you have to just categorize that, so that when you will have a discussion with your management, so you can show them this is the possibility, this is the likelihood, and as per that you can develop your further document about the SRA. So these are the third and fourth point about the SRA methodology, how you can execute further about the SRA. I'll come with the further steps. Till then, bye bye, take care.